Aloha everyone, my name is Ron Soderstrom. Welcome to Function and Flow. Let's go ahead and dive right on into things. So first off, you're going to need yourself a chair to plant your backside on in. Get yourself all nice and comfortable. To be able to get the most benefit out of the time that we're going to be able to spend together, I want you to go ahead and be able to set your intention. Literally, think about what it is that you want to get out of this time that you have given yourself to feel so good right here and right now. And as you're thinking about that, I want you to go ahead and get yourself in a nice, comfortable positioning. Right now, we're going to go ahead and start aligning our bodies. So go ahead and bring your eyes on up. Your chin comes on up. You're going to go ahead and allow your shoulder blades to relax down into the back line. Get your backside set in. Feet firmly on the floor, hands on your knees if that's what makes you comfortable. You can go ahead and bring your eyes back on up. Breathe in through your nose, deep down into your belly. As you exhale, go ahead and allow your eyes to close and just relax. Allow yourself to just settle right on in. Once again, you've given yourself this time to go ahead and feel good, so you may as well allow yourself to do that all the way now. And the way you can do that easily is once again by bringing your attention back to your intention. Thinking about the thing that you've actually given yourself this time for to bring into your life. So breathing in through your nose, deep down into your belly. You can even bring yourself into that box breathing. Basically, you breathe in for 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold that breath for 1, 2, 3. Exhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold that exhalation. No air in your stomach for 3, 2, 1. And you can actually continue going along with that if you want to. As you find yourself becoming more and more comfortable, we're going to go ahead and prepare ourselves to come on up into a standing position. The way you're going to do that, you're going to go ahead and bring one leg back in behind you or off to the side and keep the other one up in front. You can do this anywhere, anytime that you like to. Getting out of any chair, off your couch, whatever it may be. Having yourself firmly established on the lower quadrant of your body, you can bring your hands down a bit, one in between, one to the outside. Gently rock your body back, keeping your eyes on up. Your body always follows your eyes. You'll learn more about that. You can go ahead and just roll right on up into a standing position. Fantastic. We're going to go ahead and bring our body into balance. The way that we do that, you go ahead and bring your eyes on up. Your chin automatically comes on up. Your shoulder blades relax down into the back line where they belong. You're going to go ahead and scoop your pelvis slightly in underneath. You're going to put a slight bend in the knees, weight back on the heels. Your eyes come back on up. You find that everything's stacked one on top of another. Ears above your shoulders, shoulders above your hips, hips above the knees, knees above the ankles. From there, you're going to go ahead and breathe in through your nose, deep down into your stomach. And as you exhale, just allow your body just to settle right on in. Now, at the same time, you're not just dumping into it. You can allow yourself to actually extend, open up even more, and bring yourself into balance by bringing your attention to the front of your body. Literally, where your focus goes, your energy does, right? Front, back, straight on down through. Just like a metronome, you find yourself coming right into balance. Same thing with the head. Bring your eyes on up, chin on up. Attention to the front, back, straight on down through it. Find that balance all the way through your body. Your feet firmly rooted down into the floor. From here, we're going to go ahead and bring our attention, our focus right here to the front of our throat. First off, take your head gently in your hands. There we go. Relax the rest of your body down away from it. So you're literally lengthening your spine, opening up that back line. Now you just straighten up your legs, allowing all that openness to remain. Enjoy that. Now we bring our attention to the front of our throat. As you exhale, allow your head to gently come forward and ease on back. And here we go, diving on in. And as you do so, you breathe into your nose, deep down into your belly, allowing your body just to relax more and more. Here's a quick little tip. Every time you breathe in, your body tends to, create tension in some shape or form. Every time you exhale, your body relaxes. Bring your head on up, eyes on up. From there, exhale, relax, and let your head sway off to one side, over to the next. And on we continue. To go ahead and allow those shoulders just to relax deeper into the back line, relax through your ribs, breathing in, breathing out, feeling better and better. You allow your body to move that much easier. Your head just rolling down forward, back and around, continuing just to go ahead and relax. As you exhale longer and longer, you can go ahead and reverse directions and allow that relaxation not just to be through that neck, but through those shoulders, through that back line, your chest, your abdomen, hips, pelvis, legs, all the way down to your soles. That way, when your head comes on up, it's that much easier to bring yourself right back into balance. So your eyes come on up, chin comes on up, shoulder blades relax down and back. You're going to go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath, slight bend in the knees, weight back on the heels. Eyes come back on up, that brings your body right back into balance. From that point, you're going to go ahead and rotate your hands so that your shoulder blades drop down deeper into the back line. So that's just by bringing the palms out forward. From there, literally imagining strings, just lifting your hands. They float on up to either side. Your thumbs come on up. You go ahead and bring your fingertips on in. Relax your elbows down so that your shoulder blades drop even deeper down the back line. That's where they belong. Our shoulders don't belong up by your ears. They don't belong around our chest. They belong in the backside, relaxing down into that line. With your shoulders in that manner, you can go ahead and rotate your hands up, back, and around, and then exhale as those arms continue to do so as well. Now, all the movements that we're doing in here, you do not force them. As a matter of fact, the more that you're going to just go ahead and breathe out, allow yourself to relax more and more, the easier that you'll be able to experience all these emotions for yourself. Go ahead and relax your arms on down. Gently shake them on out. Your fingers are just like silk threads. Imagine that, bringing them together, intertwining them, and just how smoothly they can move this way and that. Now, the whole purpose of this time that we have together is for you to just relax as much as you absolutely can. The fact is that the more that you try and force things, the more you try and pressure things, the more rigid you become, and the less benefits that you get out of it. So as you go ahead and reverse directions with those wrists, exhaling, relaxing your body deeper and deeper, you find that you have flexibility without having to force it. Even letting an elbow just float on up above you, hands continuing, coming on down through. Now this time as you bring it on up, go ahead and take a moment. Bring your eyes on up, chin. That creates a pocket in your back for your shoulders blades to drop down into. Scoop pelvis, all that good stuff. From there, now just your hands just float on up above. You go to relax your arms, your shoulder blades down into that back line. Now it's like a string. Just lifts those hands on up for you. Your arms are just completely relaxed. You just let them go. Reverse directions. Breathing out longer and longer. You go ahead and just bring your hands on up in front of you. Thumbs and pinkies together. Bring your thumbs on into your sternum, and then we bring it back into balance once again. Eyes up, on up, chin on up, shoulder blades, pelvis, slap in these, weight back in the heels, eyes come back on up. Exhale, let those hands just extend out in front of you. Now as you breathe out, you realize that you're just creating space inside of your body. Literally, you could breathe out all you possibly can, and you would still have 2 liters of air left inside of your body. Just by breathing out, you create space, openness, so that as you breathe out this time, your hands extending out in front of you, you can open up that much more. This isn't about forcing. This is literally about relax as much as you can and allow that to happen. And then your hands can float on up above you. Eyes come on up, chin. That creates the pocket in that back line for your shoulder blades. You exhale, hands float right on up above. Once again, you can go ahead and just let your shoulder blades hang all the way down. And you can go ahead and just breathe in, breathe out, release those hands. Gently twist, extend, reach, exhale. Let those hands come floating all the way down to your sides. Wonderful. From here, go ahead and bring yourself down onto your mat on all fours, please. It's time for a little bit of mindfulness. It's time for you to go ahead and actually pay attention to yourself. And what I mean by that is that so many things that we experience, the bumps, the bruises, the ouches, twinges, whatever it may be, you know what I'm talking about, are just simply because things are out of place. By taking this time right here to go ahead and notice what you feel inside of your body and make changes And what I mean by that, shift a shoulder, shift a hip, a leg, whatever it may be for you. The more you're willing to pay attention to yourself right now, listen to yourself, be willing to play, be curious, well, the faster you get the results that you want. So as you breathe out, go ahead and relax your face, your eyes, cheeks, jaw. You can even smile and allow that to blossom over your eyebrows, forehead, top of your head, ears, back of your head, neck, shoulders, arms, and tips of your fingers. From there, spine time. Basically, we're going to shut down all the muscles down the backside and allow you just to relax even deeper. So through your neck, tick, 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 each and every vertebrae. It's like a light switch. You go ahead and shut off that waste of energy. Your head is 10 to 11 pounds, which just hangs down that much further as you relax and allow that back to open on up. In between those shoulder blades, tick, 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 mid back, lower back, tick, 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 your abdomen, belly, obliques. Breathe out, let go of all the tension in your body. And then go ahead and relax your lumbar, coccyx, all the way down to the tip of your tailbone. Breathing in, breathing out, letting go of all the muscles down your backside. You release your hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, knees, shins, calves, ankles, top of feet, all the way down to your soles. From that point, you can go ahead and bring your shoulders up towards your ears, back, down, and around. And as you do so, as you continue, you can allow your back to float on up towards the ceiling. You can relax your chest, your belly down towards the floor, and you find things just happening smoother and smoother for you. Easier and easier. You reverse directions, bringing those shoulders up through, and once again, relaxing your torso down, allowing it to float on up towards the ceiling. And the more that you go ahead and just breathe out, allow your body to have that flexibility, the better you can go through all this, the better you feel. So you can bring your weight back onto your heels, gently shake those hands on out, place them out in front of you, and as you exhale, gently begin rocking forward and back. Now, as you're doing so, you have a choice of staying anywhere that you want within that realm. You can go ahead and just move through those hands, those fingers, and you can also bring yourself all the way forward into Cobra. You can go ahead and relax all the way back into Child's Pose, and you just find yourself listening to yourself about what you're ready for. Even to the extent when we begin rotating around a circle, you reach out that shoulder, hip down away, feet over to the right, head on over to the right. You can breathe out and allow those ribs just to settle on in, all the way through that thigh. Then you bring that hip up towards that shoulder, your right hip reaching down away from your right shoulder. Feet to your left, head on over to your left. Breathe out, sink down even deeper. And then you bring that shoulder on down through and continue to allow yourself to rise on up. Relax on down, reaching one side to the next. You reverse directions. Right hip down away from right shoulder, feet to the left, head on over to the left. Breathe out. Now once again, breathe in, and as you exhale, let yourself sink all the way down in. Your hip comes up to that shoulder, hip down away from the left, feet to the right, head on over to the right. Breathe out and continue. The more that you're willing to allow yourself just to float on up towards the ceiling, relax down to the floor, the better results you're going to get over and over again. To the extent that you can bring your weight back onto your heels, turn your hands so that your fingers point back towards you and bring yourself down onto those fingertips. As you exhale, gently roll down through. You literally do not want to feel a thing as you roll through those fingers, palms, wrists, forearms. The more that you're willing to go ahead and just breathe out, let go of the tension, the more flexibility you'll realize that you ultimately have. From that point, you can go ahead and bring your weight back onto your heels, flip your hands, right hand, palm side, let's do it, left hand, palm side, fingers away, right hand, back side down, fingers pointing towards your right arm. You're just going to go ahead and allow it to sleep all the way, relax, and then just go ahead and roll on through it. Now, as you're doing so, you literally relax that arm as much as you possibly can. And that relaxation extends to the rest of your body. Your right arm slides over to the right side. You bring your right shoulder down, and you go ahead and get yourself nice and comfy. Hips, pelvis, all the way down to your soles. And then that back, because you were able to do it to that arm, you can breathe in
And as you breathe out, allow your back, just go ahead and sleep all the way down. Breathe, release, relax your lumbar, hips, pelvis, lower back, mid back, in between those shoulders, neck, head, and face. Breathing out, releasing, relaxing your abdomen, chest. Allowing your spine just to ring on out. So that way you can go ahead and breathe out. Let yourself float back on up to all fours. Right hand palm side down, left hand back side down, left arm, sleep. As you do so, just roll right on through it. Play, make pretend, play, have fun with it. The more that you're willing to do that, use your imagination, the easier all this happens. So let that left arm slide on the left side. Left shoulder coming on down. Just turn here a little bit. From that point, get your hips, pelvis all nice and comfy all the way down your shoulders. And all through that back line, just go ahead and sleep all the way. Sinking down into your mat. Breathing out. Hips, pelvis, relax your lumbar, lower back, mid back, in between those shoulders, neck, head, and face. It's a fantastic thing you can do for yourself, isn't it? I can go in and you literally just allow that spine to open on up, and then go ahead and float on back on up to all fours. Bring yourself into a strong, stable position. You can go ahead and open up those hands, open up those knees. You're going to do the same thing with the shoulders and hips. So literally, we want to give room in those joints so that way you can literally move. If everything's all jammed up, tied up, knotted up, how well will it move? You're basically just allowing things to operate the way that it's supposed to. So from there, you go ahead and relax your face, eyes, cheeks, jaw. Allow that to spread over your eyebrows, forehead, top of your head, back of your head. Neck, shoulders, arms down, tips of your fingers, spine time. You're just basically going to shut off all the wasted energy. Through your neck, tick, 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 just like a light switch, turning it off. And remembering your head is 10 to 11 pounds. It relaxes even more. In between those shoulder blades, tick, tick, tick. Mid-back, lower back. Your chest, your abdomen, obliques. Allow yourself just to go ahead and let go into that lumbar, lower back. There you go. Hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstring, knees, shins, calves, legs, top, your feet all the way down to your soles. You go ahead and breathe out, walk your hands in towards your knees. Your mid-back floats up towards the ceiling. Pelvis coming in underneath. Coming on up into cat's pose. From there, you breathe out, and you remember 70% of the things that you don't need. The tensions, toxins, the waste, you literally breathe out. 70% of that what you don't need, you breathe out. And you can literally imagine a ball filling up with that. And then you remember your head, 10 to 11 pounds, just hangs down that much lower. You can gently rock off one side to the next if you want. And then exhale and walk your hands out from your knees. Bring yourself down into cow position. Your chin comes on up, arching your hips. Head moves away from your tailbone, lengthening your spine. Relax your torso down, shoulder blades coming together. Eyes come on up, expand your vision. So literally, you're going to use your peripheral vision, expand that peripheral vision. Breathe in. Breathe out, smile. Literally feel that serotonin and dopamine running down your spine. And you can do it over and over again if you like. Breathing in, filling yourself down to your core. As you exhale, your body just relaxes more and more. So that way you can walk your hands back in towards your knees, your chin coming into your chest, pelvis scooping in underneath, back floating on up into cat's pose. You remember that breath, you exhale, you float up even higher, your head hangs even lower, your spine opens up that much more. You can roll one way and then the next, hips, ribs, all that great stuff. And then walk your hands out away from your knees, bring yourself back down into cow position. Chin comes on up. Head moves away from your tailbone, arching your hips. You go ahead and lengthen your spine. Relax your torso down, shoulder blades coming together. Eyes come on up, expand your vision, breathe in, breathe out, smile once again. It just happens easier and easier for you. You become more and more relaxed. It's just simply a habit that feels good. So that way you can go ahead and bring yourself into a neutral position and then go ahead and bring yourself over onto your back. Now as you do so, please, breathe, exhale. By breathing, letting the tension out of your body, you'll find that you just move that much easier. So you're going to go ahead and extend your right leg on out. Your left foot's going to come up there by your bottom. You're going to go ahead and slide yourself on up your mat so that your pelvis comes in underneath your lower back to the floor. Hands out to either side. Roll off to one side. Bring your shoulder blade in underneath. Roll off to the other side. Bring that shoulder blade in underneath. At that point, you go ahead and bring your hands down to your hips and let your left knee float in towards your left shoulder. Bring your hands up and around behind it. Scare it, got it. It ain't going nowhere. Now, here making yourself comfortable, it's time for you just to go ahead and make yourself relax. I mean, literally, I want you to relax as much as you possibly can. Easiest way to do that, remember a time that you felt great. A time you felt wonderful. Maybe it was a massage, a special vacation, sitting out by the ocean on a lake. It makes no difference. Whatever is right for you. And as you bring yourself back to that, your body literally experiences that over again. The same reaction, responses you had then, you can have right here and right now. You find yourself more and more at peace. Literally breathing out, your left foot extends on out, opening through that shin, ankle top of the foot. You relax, keep all that flexibility. Imagine a circle, hit your big toe on up to it. Let it go for a ride. And what I mean by that is literally you don't have to do anything at all. It's just like sitting there and you look down and your foot, well, spin around in circles. We've all had it happen to us. And we didn't have anything to do with it. It simply was doing, well, what it was doing. You do that same thing now. Bring your attention back to your leg, and you can literally imagine a hairdryer at the end of your foot. Your leg being the cord. It used to be all twisted and knotted, and it seems like everything just lets go. You relax up and down through that leg, hips, pelvis, through the rest of your body. One thing connected to another. You reverse directions with that foot. You breathe in into your core. As you exhale, go ahead and relax your hips, your pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstring, knees, because they've done for you. All the way down to your soul. Breathe in, breathe out. Relax your hips, pelvis, lumbar, lower back, mid back, shoulders, neck, head, and face. Let it all go. Let your left foot come on down to your bottom. Extend that left leg. Bring your right foot on up to your bottom. Go ahead and extend your shoulders out to either side. Slide on up your mat. Bloop. Hands come down to your hips. Your right knee floats in towards your right shoulder. You reach down, up and around behind it. Skirt, got it. It ain't going nowhere. From that point, once again, you're going to just relax yourself as much as you can. Use your memory, use your imagination. You can even imagine yourself feeling 10 times better than that. 20 times, 30 times, as much as you want to. It is all up to you. And the more you want to, just go ahead and relax right here, right now. The more that right foot will just extend on out, open through that shin, ankle, top of the foot. Relax, keep all that flexibility. Imagine a circle at the end of your foot. Hit your big toe on up. Let it go for that ride. And just rotating around once again. And then it's to the extent where you don't do anything at all. Relax that foot more and more. And as you do so, you can go ahead and relax your hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstring, knees, because they tough feet of soul. Hips, pelvis, lumbar, all the way to the top of your head. So that as you reverse directions, well, things just unwind deeper and deeper and deeper. Every part of who and what you are is interconnected in some manner, some way. The more that you're able to open yourself up, relax yourself in any way possible, the more that extends throughout the rest of who you are. Your right foot comes on down to your bottom. Left foot comes on up to your bottom. You go ahead and slide yourself on up your mat. Pelvis coming underneath, lower back to the floor. Hands out to the side, roll off to one side, shoulder blade comes in underneath, roll off to the other side, that shoulder blade comes in underneath. From here, you exhale, bring your hands down to your hips, your knees floating towards your shoulders. You reach down, up and around, give yourself a big old warm loving hug, you damn well deserve it. And as you gently rock side to side, you can go ahead and relax your face, your eyes, cheeks, jaw, smile. Allow that to blossom over your eyebrows, forehead, top of your head, back of your head, ears, neck, shoulders, down your arms, tips, and fingers. And as you continue, it just continues down your spine, through your neck, tick, tick, tick. In between those shoulders, mid back, lower back, chest, abdomen, belly, breathe it all out. Your lumbar, hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstring, knees, shins, calves, ankles, feet, all the way down to your soul. Just let it on go. So that way you can easily bring your hands in between your knees, grasp the outside of your feet, and bring yourself back into happy baby. You remain as fluid as you were previously, realizing that just by exhaling and relaxing your body, they can get that fluidity easily and naturally right here and right now. And at the same time, well, our bodies are roughly 70% fluid. Now just consider that for yourself. 70% fluid. How much easier, how much smoother do things move for you now? As you go ahead and bring your feet on down to your bottom, extend your right leg on out. You're going to go ahead and bring your left foot up there by your bottom. Go ahead and scoop your pelvis in underneath as you slide on up your mat. Hands out to either side. Roll to one side, shoulder blade. Other side, shoulder blade. Exhale, slide on up even further. From that point, you can go and imagine yourself sitting on a dock, a rock, a bench, looking at a beautiful body of water. Lake, ocean, creek, river, stream, puddle. It makes no difference. It's all up to you. This is your time. Enjoy it as much as you possibly can. And as you look down into that water, well, all of a sudden you see your reflection. A reflection of yourself being the way that you choose to be. That's a big statement right there. Because every point in our life, no matter how we're being, we have choice. Happy, sad, joyful, mad. It makes no difference. We can always put the blame on someone else, etc. But in the end, it comes down to us. It comes down to you, how you choose to feel. And as you make that choice right now, like literally, how do you choose to feel? Look down into that water, see your reflection. And it's like you're standing literally right there in front of yourself. Look at the expression in your eyes, the way you breathe, the things you say, the way you move. It's like you can step right on into that right now. Literally step into that version of yourself. Notice how you think. Notice how you feel. Notice how you breathe. And as you do so, you extend your right leg out a little bit further, opening up that right hip. Exhale, let it gently slide over to the left. Comes over that left foot. Go ahead, reset, relax all the way down. Literally stop there. Breathe out as much as you can. Relax your hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, feet all the way. Soul, hip, pelvis, lumbar, lower back, mid back, shoulders, neck, head, and face. Your right foot continues on up to your left hand, easily and naturally. And then you bring your right hand up to your left hand as well. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, reset, relax all the way down. Literally breathe out as much as you can. Let your entire body just sink down into the floor. The more you can go ahead and just let go right here and now, the more you can do that any other time, any other place that you want to. Think about how many other times and places you would love to feel this relaxed. As you bring that right hand across your left arm and it comes to your chest, reset. Relax all the way down. Breathe out, relax your hips, pelvis, lumbar, lower back, mid back, shoulders, neck, head, and face, lumbar, lower back. Hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, knees, shins, calves, hips, that feet all the way down your soul. One end of your body to the next. Your right hand continues on the right side, literally blossoming on open. Your limbs reaching out away from each other. Once again, breathe out, reset, relax your body wholly, fully, and completely. Hips, pelvis, all the way down to your soul. Hip, pelvis, all the way top of your head. Exhale, extend that right leg on out. Let it gently swing down on through. We never force things here. You bring that foot on up to your bottom. Extend your left leg on out. So once again, you're going to go ahead and slide on up your mat so that your pelvis comes underneath, lower back to the floor. Hands out to the other side. Roll off to one side. Your shoulder blade comes underneath your torso. Over the other side, that shoulder blade underneath your torso. You can even slide up even further. And then bring your attention back to that river, whatever it was, that water, that reflection. And as you do so, you see yourself being the way that you choose to. And it just becomes clearer and clearer. From that point, you go ahead and breathe out. Let that left leg swing over towards your right. It comes over your right foot. Relax, reset all the way down. Literally breathe out as much as you possibly can. Relax your hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, knees, shins, calves, you can tap your feet all the way to the soul. Hip, pelvis, lumbar, lower back, mid back, shoulders, neck, head, and face. Your left foot continues on up to your right hand. Your left hand comes over to your right hand. 3, 2, 1, relax, reset all the way down. Literally breathe out and allow your body to sink all the way down into your mat. From that point, your left hand comes across your right arm, comes to your chest, reset once again. Breathe out and allow your body just to settle and let that left arm blossom left side. Limbs reaching out away from each other. You can do it again. Breathe out. Relax your hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, shins, feet, soul, lumbar, lower back, mid back, shoulders, neck, head, and face. Melting down into the floor. Your left leg extends on out, swings down on through. Returns on up to your bottom. Extend your right leg on out. Breathe out, let it swing. Comes over that left leg, reset all the way down. Breathing out deeper and deeper. You let that right foot continue on up to your left hand. Right hand coming around over to your left. 3, 2, 1. Reset all the way down. You just breathe out. Relax and let that right hand come over across your left. Comes to your chest. Reset. Extends over to your right side. Blossoming on open. Reset. It's just a matter of finding yourself relaxing, letting that right leg swing down through, returning on up to your bottom, extending that left leg on out. Let it swing to the right, comes over that right foot, reset. Over and up to that right hand, left hand coming to the right. 3, 2, 1, reset. Time and time again. You feel better and better. That hand coming across your arm, chest, blossoming out to the side. You go ahead and bring your leg on down through. Both of your knees come on up towards the ceiling. You're going to go ahead and slide on up your mat. Pelvis coming underneath, hands out to the side. Shoulder blade, glute slide on up even further. Exhale, hands down to your hips, knees floating towards your shoulders. Reach down, up and around. Give yourself another big old warm, loving hug. Damn well deserve it. From that point, rocking side to side. You go ahead and relax your eyes, face, jaw, smile. Let that wash over your head, down through your neck, shoulders, arms, chest, abdomen, all the way down your back line, hips, pelvis, down your legs, down to your very soles. You go ahead and bring your hands in between your knees, grasp the outside of your feet, bring yourself back into happy baby. Once again, and now you find yourself being able to open up that much easier. You remind yourself things change quickly, easily, and naturally when that's what you bring your attention to. In a moment, we're going to bring your knees and feet up and over our head. To do that, I want you to make sure to breathe out as we go through this. If you hold your breath, you're going to make it so much more harder than it has to be. Exhale, your body relaxes, things happen naturally. You go ahead and bring your feet on down to your bottom. Exhale, up and over. Breathe out. Relax your face, eyes, cheeks, jaw. Exhale, relax your chest, abdomen, belly, obliques. There you go. Now down through your neck, shoulders, arms, mid-back, lower back, abdomen, lumbar, hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, shins, because sometimes you feel all the way down your soul. Fantastic. From there, you're going to breathe out gently, roll down your spine, one vertebrae at a time. You bring your feet on down. We're going to bring them back up and over. Breathe out, exhale, relax your chest, abdomen, all the way down through that spine, rolling one vertebrae at a time. Both of your feet on down. One more time, up and over easily. There you go. Exhaling, bring yourself all the way down onto your back. Fantastic. With your feet up there by your bottom, go ahead and slide yourself on up your mat. Your pelvis comes in underneath. Hands out to either side, shoulder blade underneath, shoulder blade in underneath. As you breathe out, let one of your knees open to the left side, and then your other knee is going to open on up to the right side. Gently rocking to and fro. You open on up in a frog pose. As you do so, your feet move down away from your bottom. You scoop your pelvis in underneath, slide on up your mat, and it takes the pressure off of your lower back. Gently rolling side to side, you exhale, and you find yourself able to relax that much deeper, that much easier. From that point, you let your left knee float on up towards the ceiling. It comes over on top of the right knee. Your left hand comes over, down and around on top of the right. 3, 2, 1, reset. Relax all the way down. Breathe out, let your body literally melt down into the floor. Fantastic. As you maintain that state of relaxation, your left hand comes across your right arm, comes to your chest. Reset once again. Breathe out, relax your hips down to your soles. hit top of your head. Left hand continues over left side. Your limbs reaching away from each other. Knees moving down. You extend through your chest, pelvis, thighs, literally your entire body just blossoming open. From there, your left knee floats on up towards the ceiling. Scoop your pelvis underneath, opening on up to frog pose. Right knee floats on up towards the ceiling, comes to rest on top of that left leg. Your right hand coming over to your left. 3, 2, 1. Reset all the way down. You breathe out, allow yourself just to drop down into your mat. Your right hand comes across your left arm, comes to your chest, reset, breathe out. Your right arm continues to blossom to the right, knees down away from your head, extending through your chest, abdomen, pelvis, thigh, there you go. Allow yourself once again just to breathe out, sink all the way into it, and let your knees come on up towards the ceiling. And then they come on over to your right hand side and they begin walking down your mat. So we are literally going to go ahead and lengthen our spine by walking our knees and our hips down our mat. As we do so, you're going to go ahead and breathe out, relax your hips, your pelvis, all the way to your soles. Now go ahead and relax through your lumbar, one vertebrae at a time, walking the knees down. You breathe out, relax through that lower back, your spine becoming longer, into that mid back, in between those shoulder blades, neck, head, and face. Literally breathing through your nose all the way down your windpipe, down into your core. You feel that energy rushing, rolling all the way through. You can even go ahead and bring both your knees on up towards the ceiling and just lie there in that open position. All that space that you give in your spine, all those vertebrae. It's a wonderful thing you can do, isn't it? As you go ahead and prepare yourself to roll over onto your stomach. You go ahead and take a breath in. As you exhale, you just simply roll on over. And remember to continue to breathe out, so that way your body moves that much easier. You go ahead and bring your head onto your hands, and then you begin rocking those hips side to side, walking them down your mat. Once again, elongating, opening up that spine. So you go ahead and relax your hips, pelvis, all the way down to your soles. And as you're walking down, relax through that lumbar. Breathing out, relaxing your belly, and through that lower back, and that mid back in between the shoulders, neck, head, and face. Going to the extent that you're ready for. That's right for you. At that point, go ahead and bring your hands by your shoulders, elbows in by your ribs. Kind of scoot side to side. You want to allow the shoulder blades to go deeper down into that back line. So the more that you can let that happen now, the easier it is for you to come up into a small cobra and the shoulder blades just to simply go where they belong. You can go ahead and gently turn off to one side, shoulder on down, turn off to the other side. Enjoy that flexibility. Bring yourself back down onto your mat. You can walk even further down, opening up that spine. You can go ahead and bring those hands by your shoulders. Work those shoulder blades even deeper, and then go ahead and float on up into cobra once again. Even more so, you can go ahead and bring yourself off to one side, twisting, turning, bring it off to the other. Wonderful. From there, you're going to go ahead and prepare yourself to come back into child's pose. You scoop your toes in underneath, and you're going to go ahead and just press back, bring your bottom back to your heels. You can reach out those hips, those ribs, enjoying that flexibility you've given yourself. Float on up to all fours, your back floating up towards the ceiling. You can even exhale, relax your torso on down towards the floor. We're going to prepare to bring ourselves on up into downward dog. Perfect time to use your imagination. Imagine yourself literally being out in outer space, weightless, able to move so easily and naturally. You go ahead and tuck your chin into your chest. Keep it there. That takes the pressure off your back. It makes it so much easier. Chin into your chest. You go ahead and skip your toes in there and you drop your bottom back towards your heels. And using that momentum leverage, you go ahead and just exhale. Find yourself floating on up into downward dog. You march it on out, slow motion, opening up to that lumbar. Hips, pelvis, thighs, glutes, hamstrings, all the way down your soles. Fantastic. Wonderful. From there, you're going to go ahead and walk your feet out away from each other. Give yourself more stability. Walk your hands in towards your feet. Drop your bottom. You're in a squat. Plain and simple. From here, you swing your bottom in underneath. Straighten your legs on out. Hands rise on up. Bring all that energy back in your body. Exhale, bring yourself all the way back, feeling absolutely fantastic. Wonderful.
Go ahead, grab a quick drink, grab your chair, and we shall continue on. So I've got a little bit of a different chair here. Well, I have a stool. And it just goes to show that you can use anything that you want no matter where you're at. Just find ways for you to be able to modify and still get the great results that you're after. So what you're going to do is go ahead and bring the chair in front of you. You're going to have your right hand on the back of the chair. So let's imagine there's a back of the chair. I can do the same thing with the stool here. Basically, we're going to go ahead and bring the body into balance. So eyes on up, chin on up, shoulder blades down and back. From there, using your imagination any way that you want, make it as easy as possible for you to go ahead and rotate to your right and bring yourself down into a kneeling position. Why the rotation? Because as we did so, this right hip, it opened on up, pelvis came in underneath. Now we have a solid foundation underneath us. Bring your eyes on up, your chin on up. You're going to bring your shoulder blades down and back. Pelvis scoots in underneath. Activate your left glute, pulling that left hip bone on back. Now we have that real solid foundation for ourselves. From this point, just like we rolled up out of our chair, we're going to do the same thing to come up out of this position. So the way that we're going to do that, I'll come over a little bit for you, is that you're going to go ahead and roll your body back, tip your body back, and basically we're going to use that momentum as we roll forward and just roll on up into a standing position. Fantastic. Now holding onto the back of the chair, you're going to bring your left hip in towards the chair, your right hip moves back away from it, keeping your chin on up, your eyes on up, exhale, and let that chair just slide on out away from you. Bring yourself down into a horizontal position. From here, your right hip moves away from the back of the chair, your left hip coming in towards it. You breathe in. As you breathe out, you go ahead and allow yourself to roll those hips forward and back. Give yourself free roam. You get more strength, more flexibility, more balance, the more your hips are able to do this. From that point, you go ahead and bring your hands down to the floor. Let your left foot slide back in behind you. Your chest comes in between your shoulders. Your eyes come on up. Expand your vision. Breathe in, breathe out, smile. Find yourself in a runner stretch position. Now, by just bringing your eyes on up, expanding your vision, your body will naturally open on up. And by exhaling, well, your body, once again, it will move through your chest, pelvis, thigh, all the way down. Now you're going to go ahead and shift that left shoulder blade into the back of the rib cage to be able to support you as you bring that left hip down towards the floor, twisting over to your right hand side. Looking over that right thigh, you go ahead and open up that right shoulder, bring your gaze up to the ceiling, press out on that right thigh, your pelvis coming underneath, rolling out on that right ankle. Once again, bring your eyes on up, expand your vision. As you exhale, relax down on into it. Don't force it. Find yourself able to move so much easier by just simply letting go. You bring yourself back into runner stretch. Straighten out that right leg. Rotate over to the left-hand side. Now take a moment, move side to side. Open up those hips, glutes. That way you can go and breathe out. Extend your head away from your pelvis as well. That opens up the spine, and that way you can easily bring your torso on down. When you do so, you remember your head is 10 to 11 pounds. It literally lengthens your spine for you, opens all of that up. You go ahead and put a bend in your knees, drop your bottom, you're back in a squat. Swing your bottom in underneath, straighten your legs on out. You can turn your feet slightly outwards. Pelvis comes underneath, shoulder blades dropping on back, eyes on up, smile. Bring yourself back to a standing position, walking those feet on in together. Let's do the left side. The chair there in front of you, you go ahead and bring, so you're going to have your left hand on it, chair on the left side, eyes on up, chin on up. Go ahead and rotate over to the left hand side down into that kneeling position. Once again, listening to yourself how to do that in such a way where you can bring yourself into a state of balance. Eyes on up, chin on up, shoulder blades relax, stand back, pelvis underneath, activate that right glute, pull that hip back, solid foundation. Good for you. From here, we're going to go ahead and use that momentum and your imagination. Once again, imagine yourself being perfectly weightless. You go ahead and bring your weight slightly back, and then you just roll on up into that same position. Fantastic. Your left hip moves away from the back of the chair. Your right hip comes in and towards you, keeping your eyes on up, a smile on your face. Exhale, that chair slides out and away. Why the smile?
When you smile, things become easier, plain and simple. Go ahead, bring your right hip in towards the chair. Left hip moves back away from it. Breathe in, breathe out. Let those hips move. Move and groove. Once again, enjoy everything that you're capable of. And then you can bring your hands down to the floor. Your right foot slides back and behind you. Your chest comes in between your shoulders. Eyes on up. Expand your vision. Breathe in, breathe out. Smile. Exhale. Relax your chest, abdomen, pelvis, thigh. There you go. All the way down your soul. Good stuff. From that point, you're going to go ahead and bring your right shoulder blade in the back of the rib cage. Right hip comes on down towards the floor, looking over your left side. You go ahead and open up that left shoulder, look up towards the ceiling, gently press out on that left thigh, rolling out on that left ankle, pelvis coming in underneath. Wonderful. Remember, breathe out, smile, make things easy for you. Open up to greater and greater degrees. You bring yourself back in a runner stretch, straighten out that left leg, rotate over to the right hand side. Exhale, get everything in the right place. Breathe out, extend your spine. Go ahead and let your head just drop on down. Once again, you remember, head 10 to 11 pounds. Let go. And then you go and bring your right hand over to your left foot. Your left hand over to your right foot. Bring yourself back to neutral. You're going to go ahead and put a bend in your knees, drop your bottom, scoop your bottom in underneath, straighten your legs on out, turn your feet on up, pelvis in underneath, shoulder blades down back, eyes on up, smile. And bring yourself back to a standing position, walking your feet on in together. Wonderful. We're going to go ahead and wrap things on up. So what I'd like you to do, go ahead and bring yourself down onto your mat, down into child's pose, please. Thank you so very much for spending this time with me. I know I may not necessarily be here. I look forward to the next time that we're all here together, right? So from this point, go ahead and bring yourself down into child's pose. I would love for you to walk your hands over to the right hand side, opening up those left ribs. And I would love for you to think about 3 things that you are grateful for. 3 things that bring a smile to your face, joy to your heart, makes everything worthwhile. Good for you. Go ahead and walk over to the left-hand side, opening up those right ribs. I would love for you to think about 3 things that are going to make today terrific, fantastic, absolutely amazing. Enjoy yourself. And you can do that easily by bringing yourself back to child's pose. Float on up to all fours. Daily affirmation time. Quick question for you. Is the sun going to rise tomorrow? Silly, isn't it? Is the sun going to rise tomorrow? It's a no-brainer. You know it. For a matter of fact, no, nothing going to sway your mind. Now, as you think that way, as you know that way, answer this question for yourself as well. I am. Think about what you choose to be. Strong, confident, happy, peaceful, relaxed, loving, caring, anything that you want. What's important to you? And say it with that much knowing. Simply is, I am. And as you go ahead and know that, go ahead and bring yourself back into your knees. Breathe on in, let your hands rise on up to the ceiling. Bring yourself right back to a state of gratitude. Grateful for yourself. You're here, you take care of yourself. You spend all this time with all these wonderful people. Continue enjoying that as you exhale. Let them hands come floating all the way down to the sides. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. Have yourself an absolutely wonderful day. Aloha.